So when we say, where Jesus is glorified, souls are redeemed, what we're saying is, where we bear fruit, God is glorified, and souls are redeemed. So maybe we need to insert ourselves into our little saying, where it's not just about what God is doing, but what He has invited us to do with Him, through Him, and at times even for Him. And then we come to verse 16, which is where we'll focus our last few minutes. Jesus says to the apostles, "You did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you." Why? "That you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide," or last, "so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, He may give it to you." There's so much there, and I'm going to try not to preach a sermon. But we were chosen to bear fruit. And where we bear fruit, Jesus is glorified. And where we bear fruit, our prayers align with God's will. Right? Because what the Scripture says, it doesn't say whatever you ask in my... It doesn't just say whatever you ask in my name. It also says whatever you ask according to God's will, my Father will give you. So when we're living for the glory of Jesus, it starts aligning our hearts with the will of God, and then our prayers start getting answered because we're praying the will of God. And so there's a point where we have to understand, I was created for fruitfulness, right? Even before you were told to multiply, He told Adam and Eve, be fruitful. Even before He told Noah to multiply, He said, be fruitful. We've pushed them together and made them one thing. Be fruitful and multiply. The "and" means there are multiple things. So you can be fruitful even if you're not called to multiply. But even if you're not called to multiply, you're created to be fruitful. We have to be willing to grab hold of those things and of those places that God's called us to, and those things that He desires from us. So I'll ask us this tonight: what is fruit that lasts? Some will say this is talking about the fruit of the Spirit. Probably on some level. But Jesus said fruit that lasts. The only thing that's truly eternal is us. The only thing that actually lives forever is our souls. Buildings crumble, and strength fades, and food spoils, and riches get spent, but our souls live forever. And so I really believe that I got to go on this trip so that we could we could get a glimpse of our fruit and see that it's fruit that lasts. But it's not only fruit that lasts, it's fruit that multiplies.